I'm tempted, like, even when we get to the end of these few episodes, to be like, yep, yay, we've recorded our episodes, so I'm gonna go play Skyrim, because I've played it so much that even when I'm sick, it doesn't take any effort.
Yes.
And, even mention, I've clocked over 1,000 hours in that game.
Yep.
And I'm not saying that, like, I've, like, played that for more than 1,000 hours. I'm saying, no, literally, I actually calculated it, and I've played more than 1,000 hours of that game.
Half of them on one character.
Yes.
Welcome back to Oddulting. I can't talk.
That's how you talk on the moon.
I thought that was Japanese. Because it's crazy moon speak.
Yeah, but honestly, a lot of people wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
That is true. I should probably... Oh, you're gonna... Yeah. I'm half talking to myself. There's a lot of Zubats around here, so I'm gonna put spoons out front.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Just, I was spacing out there for a second.
Yeah. In case you can't tell, we're at Mount Moon.
Yeah, we're recording this all in the same day, so I'm still sick and kind of...
Yeah.
Every once in a while. Which is also why it was like 2 episodes that I bitched about Star Wars for a while.
Because it was all like one conversation.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, we record a week's episodes like in advance, and we do it all on one day, unless something keeps us from doing that, but it's way more convenient to just do it all in one lump.
Yeah, because I have a real job.
You do have a real person job. Not like those fake people jobs.
No. I didn't say real person job, I said real job.
I know, but I said real person job.
A real job that pays me money.
Yes, and money is nice.
Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to eat, and I wouldn't play video games very well if I were passed out and dead.
And we probably wouldn't be able to afford video games.
No.
And
we haven't bought many new video games lately.
We really haven't.
I guess we've been down to the used place a few times.
Well, yeah, that's true.
There's a couple ones that could be good to play at some point, once we get better recording equipment for newer gen systems.
Yeah, the most recently come out video game that we got was Fatal Frame 5.
Oh yeah, that's right, because that's
for the Wii U.
That's less than a year old. And by the way, yes, we will be at some point when we get that all sorted out playing Fatal Frame.
Yes.
Which, if you know the games, might excite you because it sometimes feels like nobody knows them.
Yeah.
And if you don't know them but like survival horror games, they are like the shit.
And if you like people getting freaked out over survival horror games,
yeah.
I can't fucking talk today. Adult number 2 has played them a lot, and I haven't played them at all, and I am the one who is way more likely to get tense, so it'll probably be my adventure in...
Honestly, I've played the first 3 a lot.
Well, yeah, that's true.
I haven't beaten the 4th one or the 5th one yet, because I only got them in the last few months.
Yeah, that's true.
I did play through a good chunk of them, though. Like,
you did, yeah.
But...
Yeah, when we get way better recording equipment, right now the computers that we have are not fantastic. The stuff that we have done is basically what it can handle, which tells you a lot. Yeah,
we're hoping to save some money so we can get a good computer to better record better things and get the proper equipment and stuff.
Yeah, I want to, play some more graphics-heavy games than 16-bit.
Yeah, over time, it'll come.
Yeah, exactly. And we want to play some more recent things so we can... I mean, I have over 200 games on Steam.
Yeah.
And I think a good half of them don't actually work because my computer's not good enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
So...
I haven't even tried to play games I have on Steam on my computer. I'm just like, yeah, I don't think that'll work.
Yeah. Which is a shame.
The laptops that we have are like 5 years old. I was actually figuring it out. It's kind of weird. This is the first time I haven't gotten a new laptop in the right time frame.
Oh yeah, I think you were saying that the other day.
Because the first one I got was in 2002. Then the next one I got was in 2005. And the one I got after that was in 2008. And then these ones I got in 2011. It's been every 3 years that I've gotten a new laptop, but I have not gotten one. I am 2 years overdue for a new laptop.
I mean, we had other things to focus on, like student loans and moving to a new place.
Yeah, I was actually struggling. 2014 I was...
It's a Clefairy.
Clefairy.
That's pretty much what it sounds like.
I know. 2014 I was in school studying, and I was actually doing part of my study away from home, so I was paying extra money out So, yeah, I couldn't afford a new laptop, even though I also had to write tests online, and my laptop kind of sucked, so I really wanted one, but I couldn't afford it.
Yeah. And then, you know, all that was leading up to, what was the cost of your licensing exam? $700 to take the exam?
Yeah, my licensing exam was $700, and the reason it was $700 is because it was the first time I was writing it. I was technically already a member of the association as a student. If I had failed it and had to write it again, it would have been $1,000. Again.
Yeah. And it's a good thing you didn't fail it.
Well, that's what I kept telling people. I said, I'm not failing it because I can't afford to.
Yeah.
Though, I wasn't really that worried about failing it anyway. I've always been good at school.
Yeah.
Not to brag or anything, but just to be honest, I wasn't really freaked out about failing it, except for that natural anxiety because it's just such a big part of your life.
Yeah, and because it costs so much money,
Yeah.
like, there's a lot riding on it.
Yeah, exactly. Not just your school program, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
I mean, you could still have graduated and failed the licensing exam. And
yeah,
so...
I would have had to write it again in 4 months.
Yeah.
June would have been the next time.
Yeah.
And then after that, I think the next time would have been October. But you only get 3 tries.
Right.
If
you failed all of them, it would have been like 2.5 years of school for nothing.
If you fail all of them, you have to go back through the program again to get the chance to write them.
God, that would
But, I
suck.
mean, it's, like I said, I know I said in a previous one that I work in a lab, so... You know, it's kind of important to a certain degree. Like, it sucks, for sure, and it could be easily hard on people, but, they give you 3 chances. You have to pay for each one of them. But it's not, you know, it's there's a reason behind it, because the organization, like, you pay for your membership, and that gives you your, like, insurance and stuff, too.
Yeah,
so,
I suppose.
You know, they want you to be able to pass.
Yeah, and they also want to know that... And it's one of those things I can understand some of the theory behind it, but it still pisses me off, but, I think some of the fee is also they want to realize how committed you are. Like, you went through all of this, but are you really actually committed to doing the job you've been trained to do? If so, pay us the $700.
Actually, part of it has to do with the fact that it's a non-profit organization, right?
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it doesn't do stuff for profit.
No.
So
well, your school or the
no, the school does stuff. Well, I mean, it's associated with the government too, so it's kind of subsidized.
Okay.
But no, the school has nothing to do with the fee for the test.
Oh, okay.
It's a licensing organization, which is a non-profit thing. From what I understand. But see, whenever they have exams, they need to have a bunch of people to mark them and write them up and go over them, and then they have to have people distribute. You know what I mean? There's a whole big bunch of stuff that goes into it too. So.
I guess I can kind of understand that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much money they spend on a lot of things, but they do courses and stuff tuu. Like, I can do free courses through them.
Oh yes, I remember that.
You know, advance my knowledge, and they they do your insurance and stuff through your yearly fees.
Because it's being part of a guild.
Yeah, kind of. And there's a give and take there. I mean, that much money kind of sucks, and it's one of those things where you can say all you want that it's way too much, but I don't really know because I don't know how much expense they put out.
I suppose.
So I can't really say, oh, that's a big rub-off.
I mean, I've seen way too many things that.
Oh, gotta sneeze.
Oh.
Okay, sorry.
We'll cut that. Yeah, I've seen way too many things where the idea is that the more money you're willing to pay into it is an indication of how serious you are about it. Like, through most of a university degree, you could learn so much on your own, like, through your, like, under your own power, but no one will fucking trust you unless you've paid tens of thousands of dollars to learn it in a classroom. Even if you can demonstrate that you learned it some other way.
I know, and it's craziness, especially because a lot of things in university, not all, but a lot of them don't require you to write an exam that is an external third party that is gauging your knowledge to tell whether you are actually equipped to handle this.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, university literally is just you went through it, because you can pass university with 50%.
Yeah, and I know there's a lot of stuff, like, I'm not going to say university is useless, because there's a lot of good stuff you can get out of university. Like, it can open up contacts you might not otherwise get. There's a lot of field work depending on the program that you're doing, so it's not just, I can go read these books and learn everything someone got in a degree, but there's a lot of the book learning you can do on your own.
The problem with universities, it has once again become the realm of the rich.
Yeah.
Like, yes, not just rich people go there, but the only people who get anything out of it now are people who have the money to go, and that doesn't swamp them in debt, because most people who graduate university don't get jobs anymore.
Yeah, basically.
So it has once again become that realm of, it's basically a prestige thing if you already have prestige.
Yeah.
Which is shitty, because the knowledge is always worth it. It's just, how worth it, like, you know, it's great to have the knowledge, but if you're starving the street 2 years later...
Exactly. I mean, I would fucking love to go to university. There's like a dozen and one different things I want to study, and I would like to be able to say, partly for my own self-esteem, yes, I have a university degree. I am just as good as the rest of the people I worked in call centers with. But I know I can't afford it. That dream is probably going to be lost to me for much of my life.
And even logically speaking, especially because I was always good at school and everybody always said, go to university, go to university, go to university.
Yeah.
I'd love to have a degree. I'd love to have a freaking PhD. But thinking about it logically and efficiency-wise, I could basically only afford to do it if I had the money to just do it because I wanted to.
Yeah.
It wouldn't get me much otherwise, unfortunately. Not in terms of, like I said, efficiency, being able to survive.
Yeah.
So, that kind of sucks, because I'd also love to have a degree. But, I mean, at the same time, the program that I did was actually at a community college, so all you people who trash community college, screw you.
And I maybe community colleges work differently in different areas, I don't know.
I have no idea. One of the things is it's supposed to be a little more,
That sounds, sorry.
Yeah, accessible.
Yeah.
Which it is, because the tuition that I paid per year was like half of what you pay for tuition at university.
Yeah.
And they're also training you for a job. They're not just giving you knowledge, they're also training you for a job.
Yeah.
Which, when you think about it, again, in terms of efficiency, well, it makes way more sense.
Yeah.
Unless you don't have to worry about a job.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, there's still some university degrees that will get you places.
Yeah,
it's
totally.
just a lot harder than it was. Like, there's just not as many jobs.
Yeah.
Basically, it's business stuff that seems to get you anywhere now.
Yeah. And I know more and more community colleges are actually offering more of the business courses.
Yeah, which is true, but a lot of the time they don't offer it to the same degree. Like, they'll offer you some
true.
business administration stuff, which will get you to a point. But, like, university, like, getting a bachelor's or a master's in business or something is... And even then, I've heard lots of stories about people not getting any work because it just isn't there.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's not so much that the degree is useless, it's supply and demand.
Yeah. I mean, I remember, talking to people... Oh, shit. No, fuck.
What?
Talking to one of my friends, who... was, you know, also kind of worked in a lab, or was a phlebotomist anyway.
Okay,
about, you know, that you were in the program, and I was asking what the job market was like, and she was mostly saying that, you know, there's positions open, but they're pretty much only part-time or casual.
Yeah.
And, you know, when you're going through, like, 2.5 years of schooling and paying $700 for a fucking licensing exam, not the license itself, just the exam, you usually want a little more out of that than a fucking part-time job.
Yeah, but... And I mean, that's true where we were... It's really messed up. The government doesn't know what they want. They were going, we need people in this job, and then by the time I was through the first year of my program, they were saying, we don't have money for people in this job, and cutting jobs.
Yeah.
What?
Because that's gonna make things run more efficiently.
Yeah, it was weird. But I mean, a lot of people... Now, wasn't that friend... Weren't they in the other program, the assistant program?
I don't remember.
Or didn't they do? Because I thought that's what they were...
I can't remember.
There's two tiers. There's like... what I did, and then there's the assistant one, which... There's some stuff that they can't do. And they're relatively new.
Oh, really?
Like, it's not that it's completely new, but relatively they're new.
Okay.
And, so a lot of places don't have regulations for them, a lot of places don't have room set up for them, so it's not all the same. I think it's a great position. I think it's a great division of labor to have people who are trained in a lot of things, but not necessarily everything.
Yeah.
So that you can have You know what I mean?
And the people who are trained in more things, they can do all the other stuff.
Yeah, and then you still have the people there to assist who have the knowledge necessary to help it. It just I think it works quite well, efficiency-wise, if you do it right.
Yeah, just, when are things ever done right early off?
Very rarely. And a lot of people are concerned that they'll cut into the higher trained jobs, and to a certain degree they will, but at the same time, because they're not as trained, you don't have to pay them as much, so...
Yeah.
It's a balancing act.
I wonder how much someone doing your position in the States gets paid. You see doctors getting paid way more in the States than you do here.
I don't know, to be honest, but from some of the things that I've seen, I don't think they get paid great. It might still be better than we do here, I'm not sure. But I don't think they have as much security either. Because the way that they talk about stuff, I don't think they have unions like we do for them. And I've also seen lots of... I don't know, and that's the only way I can assume that they get away with. I've seen lots of stories of hospitals deciding, that job, we can train anybody to do it, and taking, like, office assistants and just teaching them how to do it and letting just people off the street do the job.
What?
They have, like, fewer standards about it. Like, where we are actually in Canada is said to be one of the highest standard places for my job for their standards.
Hot damn, go you! High five.
So, but what's really funny is I've also heard that for the States you have to do the 4-year university program before you can get a job.
Weird.
But I don't know, it's weird. I haven't looked into it, so a lot of it might be hearsay.
Yeah.
I can't say for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not really, but I've heard lots of different things. Anyway, we are definitely a time for next time.
Yeah, and because I haven't done any level grinding in this game pretty much, everything... I'm fighting a few battles and then going back to heal, so I haven't gotten through very far at all. But we've had interesting conversations,
yes,
so...
at least it's not completely boring.
Yeah.
Alright.
Next time.
Bye.